the last video in the series, it's a series around actions you can take to help prevent Parkinson's based on the book, The Parkinson's Plan, which I believe everybody should have a copy of and have knowledge of. We went through the toxins that you're exposed to through the air. And so it really focuses in the book about air purifiers and ways to help clear the air of all these chemicals. But one of the things that I wanted to go a little bit deeper on, that's why I'm adding in 10.5. It's not technically something they talk about in the book, but I want to remind everybody that what you're wearing could also be a source of chemical exposure. And we should be aware of that. In fact, I just learned recently from a flight attendant sitting next to me on a flight that there is a massive lawsuit about the formaldehyde in the flight attendants' uniforms. And that made me really want to think about how much people don't think about the clothing that they're putting on and the chemicals. And more importantly, I think that we want to go a little bit deeper into something even more important than that. And that is what is underneath those uniforms, something that everybody every day is being exposed to. Every single day, all of us wear a first layer. Well, I hope all of us do out there anyway. And what's that first layer? That first layer is the clothing that's closest to your skin. So bras, tanks, underwear, the pieces that cover your body's most porous and vulnerable areas. So I do want to make sure all of you are aware of this company. It's a wonderful company started by a friend of mine who I think is doing great things to bring awareness to this. And they create athletic wear and that first layer that is clean. And they actually started this idea of certified clean when it comes to clothing, because in the United States, underwear, the industry is highly unregulated. There are lots of chemicals like, PFAs and BPAs that are often found in the fabrics, the dyes, and in the threads without any disclosure requirements. And so the chemicals then, of course, get absorbed transdermally, and that can create all kinds of toxic problems, because that's what we're talking about, is all these toxic exposures. So this company, I just want to point out, is such a phenomenal company in many ways. They talk about that certified clean, but they're also a B certified corporate company. And I don't know how many of you are aware of what that is, but a B certified company is something that is allowed to be certified by them based on their entire social and environmental impact, which I know a lot of you that's important to, and it's important to me. And they actually scored 120, where the 50 is the mean assessment. So they're really doing a lot to go above and beyond to make sure that they're giving options for you to have clean underwear and clean undergarments just as an option. I'm not saying you should absolutely have to change all your clothes, but if you're starting to become aware of this, this is the option that I think everybody should know about, because your first layer is more than fabric. It's your daily foundation. And I want you to be able to choose clean, safe, and supportive options, because what you wear every day should be contributing to your health, not to harm for your body because of the chemicals. All right. 11's coming soon.